still riding the bus. Her voice sliced through the hum of the crowd, sharper than old memories, like ice cracking underfoot. Turn slowly. Lauren stood there, draped in a sleek black gown, calm and polished, radiating a counterfeit elegance. Beside her towered Colin, now her husband, polished, arrogant, the kind of man who always finds shortcuts but ends up in the best seat. To them I was a relic, a forgotten chapter, a shadow haunting a place too high-end for emotional scars. Then Colin noticed. His gaze slipped to my wrist and wavered. "Is that?" he mumbled. "A $2 million limited edition." I casually ran my fingers across it, as if brushing off dust from the past. "Oh, this old thing." Lauren didn't react, but her eyes cracked slightly, like the earth splitting beneath pressure. I observed every twitch in her flawless frame, every flicker of awareness setting in. She thought I was buried, that she'd moved on, rewrote me as some tragic villain in her rebirth story. But people like her always miss the thread they leave loose. And they never imagine it'll be the thing that unravels them. It wasn't the cheating that broke me. It was how easily she convinced the world I was the danger. The little lies, the staged arguments, the well-timed breakdowns. And that night, the scream loud enough for the neighbors. "I'm scared. He's unstable." I never hit, never yelled. I walked out quietly. But silence doesn't trend. The courts didn't care. She cried in soft navy with pearls clutched tight. Told tales of manipulation, isolation. Said I dimmed her shine. Colin stood by her side. I remember their glance, swift, practiced, shared. You only miss that look when you want to believe love can't lie. But it does. So do lovers. I didn't lash out. Didn't rant online. I stayed still. I watched. I remembered. I restored that old loft, the one she claimed I obsessed over. Cameras were still functional, still synced to the cloud. The vent cam saw more than dust and darkness. I tracked the lies. Every late-night event. Every gallery show. Colin's car. Same plates. Same 11:37 p.m. exit. She took everything. Condo. R. My last name. My dignity. So I took what she couldn't distort, the truth, and turned it into capital. Launched a boutique investment firm. Hired sharp minds. Moved in shadows. Let the wolves feast while I sharpened my blade behind glass. 5 years later, my firm held 43% of Colin's company. Hidden behind 5 anonymous shells. Untraceable. Until tonight. Just before stepping into the gala, I emailed myself the final paperwork. The acquisition hit the news wires minutes later. Colin was now my employee. He just didn't know it yet. He extended his hand. "Heard about your rise. Impressive." I gripped tighter than necessary. "I like building," I replied. "Especially after demolition." He blinked. I passed him a leather folder. No branding. No flair. Just a single sentence inside. "Check who funded your last round." His fingers trembled. Lauren leaned closer, her voice like velvet. "What's this? A proposal?" "No," I locked eyes with her. "A reckoning." Now I stood in the lobby. Glow fading after the drop, after her last facade shattered. Her final jab came quick. "Still on public transit." She laughed like time erased all the ruin. Like I was still behind. But then he noticed the watch, the one she used to fantasize about in glossy spreads, whispering, "Someday when we make it." And now I wore it. She wore our past. Colin froze. His fate now tangled with the man she once left in fragments. And she saw it too late. I leaned closer. "Your empire stands on the ashes of my collapse." Beep. Ashes don't vanish. They wait. I walked away before either of them responded. No need for a second glance. Her silence roared louder than any insult. That tight breath between pride and panic. That hollow gasp when regret arrives dressed as the truth. She believed her betrayal destroyed me, but it became fuel, powered each step. I didn't come back for her. I came to bury the version of me that needed her love. The bus stop was nearby. But I called for a car, Not for luxury but for choice. Some wounds don't weep. They harden. They grow. And one day, they own everything.